I'm recording my entire Magic playing life for the entire year of 2024, and here is what March gave us. So, I didn't get actually as many games in as the previous months in March, but that's mainly because, well, I moved. Uh, I didn't have as much time to play, or even the energy, frankly. So, I've gotten a few less games, but that didn't mean that I stopped playing Magic entirely. For one thing, I actually returned to Arena, started playing Brawl with a couple of decks, which are Ineaz Flyers and Zergo Equipment. Not the most powerful, but very, very fun, and definitely a good way of killing time at work. It's honestly nice to be playing a bit of 1v1 Magic again, and yeah, it's a fun format to play it in. Over the course of March, I didn't really cook up any new deck ideas. There were a couple of Rule Zero ones. They've been thrown out, though. Nothing really caught my fancy. I've not really been in a huge deck building mood. But one thing that is happening is that right at the end of March, I had a bit of spare money, so I decided to buy some upgrades for a deck. Finally, my Asperia deck is actually going to run in the way I intend it. So that's going to be fantastic. I did also buy a card which I have been wanting to get for Doretti for God knows how long, but that's going to wait until April for me to show off what it is. And now for the meat and potatoes. The games. As I say, I didn't get as many games in as I did in January or February. I think it was about 16 in January and 12 in February, as opposed to 9 in March. That being said, I did win 2 of the ones I got in, which, that's about a quarter. That's about the correct win rate for what I should be doing. That was with Missy and my Rayhan and Ishai +1/+1 counters decks. Both worked fantastically. And interestingly, one thing I've noticed looking through the book is that I didn't actually run a single deck more than once in February. All 9 games was something different. Namely, we had Rayhan and Ishai, Isperia, Patron of the Orochi, Durati Scrap Savant for the first time in ages, Missy, Abaddon the Despoiler, my Sixth Doctor and Barbara deck, Rith the Awakener, the one from, I think it's Onslaught, and Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt. Now, of those, I think the most impressive showing was Missy, one of the games that I won, just because that deck is not really shaped up to what I want it to be up until about now, and actually playing it with all the cards I want to play it's not quite as smooth as I'd like it yet. I still need to get a few more cards for it, but oh my god, it had the power that I want from the deck. Another one that really, really just playing it feels so much fun is Sixth Doctor and Barbara. Just sagas, and especially sagas when you can just read ahead to any of the modes, any of the chapters. Fantastic. That deck plays like butter, and I love it. Unfortunately, I can't say that for all of my decks, and, well, most of them played pretty well. But unfortunately, Snapdax did not. I love my Snapdax Apex of the Hunt deck, but it just doesn't win games. It's intended to try and grant double strike and commander damage to cards that shouldn't have it. Stuff like, well, any number of Infectors, Necropolis Regent, Westgate Regent, all of these big, powerful cards in Mardu that don't really... They shouldn't have double strike and commander damage just to be able to kill so quickly. Trouble is, the actual mutate targets are often quite big and just warrant, oh, you're not doing anything, but you've suddenly got a big thing on field. Goodbye to that big thing. Anyway, I don't need to bother about you again now. And Snapdax doesn't want to be cast from the command zone at all, really, unless it's mutated. And there's just a lot of different problems with the deck. It feels a bit clunky. I went a bit too hard on combat damage matters, because I thought that'd be interesting with the double strike, and it just kind of doesn't work. So, in April, that's getting a big overhaul, and that is really my big project for right now. And with that is what March had in store for Magic with me. Oh, and a quick addendum. The Levan Cultist of Tiamat video that I made has done so well, and I am so grateful for everybody who's watched it and anybody who's following me. It's just, it feels good to have an audience, you know? It's gone 2.3k views and 30 likes, which isn't huge amounts for a lot of people, but for me, somebody of my size, it's fantastic. So to everybody supported that one, thank you. I am so proud with how it's done.